Welcome to Love and Light Tarot. Uh, I received a request recently from one of the viewers asking me to do a reading for September to December. So basically, the remaining part of this year. So we are going to do a live today to see what's in store for the general collective. We're going to check all the messages, career, finance, romantic messages, any other personal life reading, or spiritual guidance that might come up in today's reading. I have kept the chat off because this is not a personal reading. I am doing this reading for the collective. Only take the messages that resonate in your situation and leave the rest. You can go back and check this reading later because I will be posting it on my channel once I'm done doing this live session. So this is not a personal reading. It's meant for the collective, and this is going to be September, October, November, and December. I'm going to take month-wise reading. So we're going to start with September. I will wait for a few more people to join in. Till then, you can just take a deep breath, relax, maybe go grab a cup of tea, coffee, anything else that you would like to have, and we'll start in a few seconds. Spirit, tell me what is in store for my collective for the month of September. So for those who are just joining in, we are doing this live reading today to find out messages from September to December, basically the last part of this year. We're going to start with September career messages for the collective. All right. I think in September, you're going to be very, very disciplined with your career, with your choices, with the way you are dealing with things and people at the workplace. There are a lot of changes happening, and these changes you will definitely notice in the month of September. This is not just for this month, but for the rest of the year. But these changes have already started for some people, and for others, they are going to begin in the month of September. There is definitely going to be some kind of a reward or recognition that you will receive for the hard work that you are putting in. However, you will also realize that you need to do more. Okay, so you cannot afford to just sit back and relax. Although you have achieved a lot, you still have to be disciplined, dedicated, and extremely honest with whatever you are doing, whether it's a job, it's a business. The way you deal with people, the way you deal with your co-workers, with anybody around you, in the month of September you will have to be a little firm and strict with a few people, especially if you are a boss or a leader at your workplace. You will have to set a few boundaries, you will have to make a few changes, because these changes that are happening are not just for you or in your life. These changes probably need to be made in the organization, or at least the team that you are working with. So if you are leading a team, or if you are a boss or a business leader, you will have to make these changes for everybody that you are working with, not just for yourself. I see a lot of travel also happening for some of you in the month of September. So this could be related to your work, this could be relocation. Maybe you're moving to another branch of the same office, same organization, or maybe you have to travel frequently to visit. Oh, why am I? I just, just lost track of what I was saying. Sorry. I'm going to say that again. Maybe you have to travel a lot to visit your co-workers, your boss, your clients, or maybe some important meetings that are going to take place. In fact, the reason why I fumbled was because I just noticed that some of you are going to be extremely confused in the month of September. You will have so many things on your plate, you'll have so many things to deal with, that you will probably end up being and feeling a little scattered. Okay, so it's going to be an energy where, I have so many things to do and I don't know what to do. I don't know what to prioritize. So just calm down, relax, just take a deep breath. I'm going to do that. I'm going to take a sip of water as well. Ground yourself. Okay, in the month of September, I see that you will have to ground yourself, and you will have to uh, make your energy and your thoughts very, very stable. If you're feeling confused and you're fumbling a lot, you will have to do a little bit of grounding exercises to actually settle your energy. This will also help you to stay calm at the workplace, okay, even under a lot of pressure. You will have to deal with few people with a balance of logic and emotion, okay, especially if you are working with a younger lot who's inexperienced, who's younger in terms of age, wisdom, knowledge, experience. You will have to deal with them in a way that does not disappoint them or discourage them. When you are being disciplined, when you are being strict, you also need to understand that you have to deal with them on an emotional level as well. Okay, try to understand their problems, try to get into their shoes and see what they are facing at the workplace, because that is how you will be able to connect with these people better, and you will be able to understand their issues and how to strike a balance between what you want from them and what they are capable of doing. Because I see that you have reached a point in your career where you are quite well established, you know what you're doing, you have a lot of experience. But if you are leading a team of people, it could be just four people, doesn't matter, but those people could probably be a little less experienced, less knowledgeable, or maybe they're very young and they don't have the experience to deal with things on a day to day basis the way you have, and you might lose patience with these people. So you have to be careful while dealing with them. Okay, so um, there has to be a balance of logic and emotion, okay, or practicality and emotion. So I'm going to take messages for your finances for September, then we'll move on to love messages. Financially, you are going to receive some sort of a sudden communication or some kind of sudden uh, money or profit which you had not expected, and this is going to actually put you in a very powerful position almost in an instant. Maybe you had invested money somewhere, or maybe you were expecting money from somewhere and it was taking a very long time to come, and in September, when you're least expecting it, you might just receive some kind of communication, or this money itself might come in. You will have options of what you want to do with this money. There will be various options and you can select whatever works out well for you. Just try to be very balanced in your approach. Try to um, separate this money wisely. So maybe a portion of it can go to your savings, maybe a portion of it you can invest again in something profitable. A portion of it can be spent on something that you always wanted to do, and that is how you can equally distribute this money and put it to great use. Okay, you are going to have options of what you want to do with this money, but I see that suddenly your financial status, suddenly your emotional happiness is also going to multiply in the month of September, because this is quite an unexpected and pleasant surprise that you will be receiving. For some people, It could be just a communication that you're going to receive money in the future. You may not actually receive it in September. It could just be a sudden communication from somewhere that some kind of money that was due to you is coming in soon. Okay, let's get some love messages for September. For those who have joined in right now, we are doing a collective reading from September to December. We are on September right now, so we are going to check love messages for September. And you can, of course, go back and check this entire reading once I finish doing the live. I will be posting it on my channel. Love messages for September. We have 8 of Pentacles, 2 of Pentacles, and Fool, along with the Ace of Cups. You have been juggling your work life and your personal life for a long time. You have been extremely busy. For some people, the past 8 weeks or even past 8 months have been very busy. Maybe you are studying, maybe you had some exams, or this could be an important project at the workplace. Something was keeping you very, very busy. Some of you are also busy making money because that is a priority right now. Okay, so your love life was a little neglected, or you had to juggle too many responsibilities along with your love life. If you're already in a relationship, you could be struggling to keep a balance in your work and your personal life. It has definitely affected your personal life, because I see that most of you do not have enough time to spend with your partner, and that may have actually resulted in some fights, arguments, or something like that. So in the month of September, you're finally going to take a risk, and you're going to say that, you know what, it's all right. I am going to face this situation. I'm going to end all these conflicts. I'm ready to take a little bit of a risk. So even if I have to take a few days off from my work, it's okay. But I need to correct my situation right now before it gets out of hand. I need to mend my relations before things actually start falling apart. And you're going to choose your partner this time, and you're going to say that, I know I have neglected you. I know I have not given you enough time and affection. So I want to correct this situation. So in the month of September, I see that you will finally, some of you, in fact, are going to secretly plan something. If you are in a long distance connection, you might go and meet this person. You might send a small gift, or you might just reach out with a very emotional, a very sentimental offer of love to this person, which will ease up the tension in your connection. Okay, I do see that you're missing somebody, or even this person could be missing you, and you're going to keep it a secret. For most people, I see that now, if this is resonating the other way, okay, if your partner is the one who has been extremely busy, extremely tied up with work or their studies or something, I see that this person is going to plan a surprise or something for you. They might suddenly show up, and they might suddenly say that, you know what, I think we should just take the weekend off, or we should just take 4 days off from work, and we should go out. Maybe a small holiday, maybe just a romantic dinner date or something, but they are going to plan something for you. It's going to be a very, very pleasant surprise, and things which were stuck, things which were stagnant in your relationship are going to start easing up and moving forward, and the pain will start going away, basically. Now, for those who are single, let's check what is coming up in September. Singles for September. What's happening in your love life in September? Let's see for the singles. Tower moment. All right. With the King of Cups and Lovers. All right. Singles. You need to, in fact, it's interesting because the Eight of Coins had come up for the people who are in a relationship also. So the message is same. you, if you have been single for a while, or if you're trying to heal from a breakup, if you're trying to move on and keep yourself busy because you don't want to think about this person, what's happening is you could be keeping yourself very very busy and distracted with work, so that you don't have to deal with your emotions. Now spirit is saying that all of a sudden this situation is going to change, because somebody is going to come into your life, somebody is going to enter your life who is actually going to help you to get out of this rut. You have been using your work or your studies as a coping mechanism to basically get over your past breakup, or if you have been feeling very lonely and aloof and cut off from everybody, you're going to now enter a phase where somebody is going to come and pull you out of this stage. You're not going to remain a loner, and you're not going to remain in your shell for a very long time. So in the month of September, you will all of a sudden feel this urge to go out with people, or maybe that special person that you have a crush on. Maybe somebody else has a crush on you and they will ask you out on a date. They will start planning things with you. It's going to be kind of a surprise for some of you, because you never expected this person to actually ask you out on a date. They may not even ask you out on a proper date. Okay, so it's not like, hey, I want to ask you out on a date, will you go out with me? I don't think so. For some people it could be actually very very casual. They might just call you up and say, um, I'm in your area, can we just go out and have ice cream, or can we just catch a movie or something like that. And much later you're going to probably wonder, like, was this person really asking me out on a date, or was it just a coincidence? Okay, so you are going to be in that stage where suddenly you have been lonely for a while, single for a while, and now you're not. You're making plans with somebody, and September is going to be an interesting month for the singles. Okay, all right, so let's move to October. Let's see what is happening. In fact, I felt like taking one card from the tea leaf for September. Right, we'll take three. We have purse, pay attention to your finances. Yes, this message had come up. Then we have the skull, hidden secrets can harm you, so be careful. Okay, some kind of hidden secrets might just come up and they may be slightly unsettling, but just stay calm. Okay, don't overreact. And then we have the broom, new home, new attitude. Pretty self-explanatory, so that is what we have for September. So the new broom and new home, and things could be, what was that? New home, new attitude. Not a new broom. All right. No, some of you could be buying a new broom, I don't know why. Probably you're just going to clean up your house, or maybe it's like a new home, new attitude. So maybe some of you could be doing a makeover and decluttering your home. So probably I said new broom because you're probably buying something and rearranging stuff and cleaning and decluttering stuff in the month of September probably. So not everybody is going to move into a new home, but you might just feel like redecorating your home or something like that. All right, let's move to October. Career messages for the collective for month of October 2025. We have the Eight of Swords, Page of Wands, Four of Cups. Oh wow, lovely. Okay. I was slightly worried when I saw these three cards, because some of you could be feeling a little stuck, a little stagnant, and there could be lack of creativity that you're facing in the month of October, or it will probably begin somewhere around September. Okay, some of you might be feeling disappointed with the way your career is going, if especially you are in a creative field which requires new ideas, fresh perspective, something new every day, some new strategies every day, and suddenly you're feeling a complete block. Suddenly you're feeling like you can't come up with new ideas, you can't help change anything, you can't just come up with anything, right? Whatever is happening around you could be very, very disappointing. That situation will change. Okay, let me just get an additional confirmation card. We have the day after tomorrow. Let's see what is happening day after tomorrow. Strength. All right. So the day after tomorrow is a good time to actually manifest whatever you want for the next 2 months. Okay, because this feeling of being stuck is something which is going to happen, but you can still manifest and try to ease the severity of this frustration that you could be going through in the month of October, or maybe even September. And in 3 days, what is happening? All right, we have a time frame of 3 days and 18 days. Okay, so from the next 3 to 18 days, this cycle of this boredom, feeling stuck, feeling completely demotivated, lack of creativity, lack of ideas, is probably going to start for the collective. Okay, not everybody is going to face that, but some people might face this in the next 3 days to 18 days, or 3rd to 18th. Take it however it resonates in your situation. So that is going to be a time frame where you're going to feel very, very stuck and disappointed, and there's going to be a lack of creativity and things like that. Be patient, get over this phase. Okay, there is no reason to fret over it, there is no reason to get upset and angry and frustrated. Since you know that this period is going to come anyway, you can be better prepared mentally, emotionally, financially for this phase to come, and just sit through it. Okay, it's like waiting for the storm to pass. You can't do anything about it. Even if you get angry, even if you crib about it, complain about it, the storm is still going to come. There is nothing you can do to change it, so might as well just keep yourself safe. Just sit there, enjoy it as much as possible, go through it, and let it get over with. Okay, because what is coming next is the Empress. Okay, it's quite literally a new beginning for you. So once this phase is over, you will suddenly feel a surge of creativity. The Empress is all about fertility. It's all about new ideas, creativity. Like they say, the creative juices will get flowing again. You will feel like making new things, or you will come up with new ideas. Some of you could start something new. It could be a new diet plan, a new lifestyle change. This could also feel like, you want to start a side hustle, a business, or you want to start a creative project. So in terms of your career, once this dull phase is over, there is going to be a spurt of excitement and growth and potential that is coming in. And you won't believe this when it happens. Like, was I in the same stuck energy few days ago? Because now I feel like a completely new person. I feel like a completely renewed individual now. I don't even believe like I was in this dull negative energy just few days ago. It's going to be that kind of a quick transformation. And suddenly you will be bursting with new ideas, new projects, new things to do. Maybe some of you will pick up hobbies. So career wise, it's going to be a dull phase, and then suddenly it's going to take off to a very positive start. Okay, and in the month of October, all these things could be happening, right? So be ready for that. Now, since this is a general collective reading, the timelines may slightly differ, from a few days to a few weeks, since we are tapping into collective energies here. The timeline will not be the same for each and every person. Okay, Let's get some financial messages for October. Somebody is going to offer you something this month, okay, in October, which is going to give you a lot of hope and positivity. This could be a job offer, or this could be some kind of an offer that will help you to be financially stable and secure. So it could be an investment, it could be maybe, like somebody might ask you to invest in their project, invest in their business. Maybe somebody might ask you to be a partner and share profits in their business. This could be somebody who's giving you money as a gift, or some sort of a gesture of appreciation. Maybe you're getting money from your parents, or somebody owed you money and they're going to give it to you. So in October, I see some kind of a sudden development where if something was bothering you about your financial condition in the past few weeks or past few months, there is going to be a sudden development which is going to help you to get out of that phase of disappointment, and things will actually start looking bright and happy again, because this is going to be an opportunity to make money. Like I said, it could be an investment opportunity, it could be a partnership opportunity, a gift, or something that some of you, I'm hearing the word dividend. So if you have invested, or if you have fixed deposits or any mutual funds or something like that where you have made investments, you could be getting some money through that as well in the month of October. So overall, quite a decent reading so far. We are going to check personal messages for October. Love and personal messages for October, please. Spirit, show me what do you have for the collective for October 2025. October 2025 for the collective. Four of coins, Five of cups, Ace of swords, world. Somebody is going to speak their truth. Somebody is missing you, somebody feels possessive about you, and they think of this relationship as a missed opportunity, as a lost opportunity. You could be having differences with somebody, you may have broken up with someone, or maybe things are not looking all that great in your relationship and somebody is missing you. They do not want to lose you. They're feeling possessive, they're feeling insecure, because they probably feel that this is a lost opportunity. Maybe you were not in a relationship, things fizzled out before you could start a relationship. So take it how it applies in your situation. But somebody in the month of October is going to speak their truth. They are going to come clean and they're going to tell you what they feel about you exactly. This could also be your energy towards somebody where you have been suppressing your feelings, you have been staying quiet for a long time. You want to tell somebody that you miss them, that you're feeling sad about the breakup or the way things ended, or if you've had a fight with somebody. Somebody could be holding on to grudges and disappointment. You want to go and speak up once and for all. You want to clear things. So, whoever wants to do this, whether it's you or the other person, somebody is going to speak their truth. And that is going to change everything about this connection. Okay. I do see an ending here. So, for some of you, this has already happened. For some of you, the breakup, the separation, the no contact has already happened. Things have ended. Probably you are not in touch with this person anymore. Maybe somebody is holding on to their ego. This could be you or the other person or both of you. In the month of October, this person is heavily thinking about you and they could actually reach out. They might send you a message, they might come and meet you, send you a gift, or maybe ask you for a reconciliation. They might just want to clear out a lot of things, misunderstandings, any unsaid words, any unsaid feelings that they might be suppressing or you might be suppressing. They are all going to come out. And that is going to be a beginning of something beautiful. So I do see that there is a possibility of you getting over these fights, finishing off the fights once and for all, and giving each other a chance again to restart a friendship or a connection. For some people, this may not be a romantic relationship. Maybe you're just friends. Maybe something happened. Somebody was probably more attracted or more inclined towards the other person romantically, and the other person was not, which created this fight. Whatever the reason for this fight, I see that in the month of October, there is a possibility that both of you will come back again to speak your truth, clear out all these things that have been bubbling under the surface, and once and for all, you will decide what to do next. Whether you want to stay friends, whether you want to be in a relationship, whether you just want to forget the entire episode and just behave like nothing happened, it's your choice. But some kind of clarity will definitely come. Okay, we have the Queen of Pentacles and Six of Wands and the Hangman. Oh, Queen of Swords. All right. There is a possibility that a relationship which has been on hold between two people is going to probably end in some way. Okay. Again, we have a lot of repeating cards. In fact, I see that, you will still be thinking whether to completely end it or not. So, for some people, one person might think of just completely ending it, and for others, you could be still in two minds whether to end it, whether to give it another chance. Now, for this last set of cards that I pulled out, I got a very specific message that this may not be a romantic relationship for everybody. This could, in fact, be a mother daughter relationship. So, if you are going through a specific situation in your life where you're not on good terms with your mother, or maybe you're not on good terms with your daughter or your son, in this case, you could be the mother, that situation is probably going to be dealt with in a diplomatic manner. Like, how do we go about this? Because we don't want to lose each other completely, but then we need to set very clear boundaries, because this, whatever is going on, is not working for us. So we need to set boundaries and we need to respect each other's boundaries. So that was a very specific message in the last card pull that I got. For the rest of the people, yes, this was looking like a romantic connection. All right, let's move to November now. I feel like changing the deck. Let's take this one. Let's see what is coming up in November for the collective. Guys, I don't have the timestamps today. If any of you would like to put in the timestamps in the comments, that would be great. If not, I think most of you would want to watch the entire reading from September to December. So I will be putting it up on the channel after the live is over. If in any case you would still want to put in the timestamps for every month, feel free to do that. Okay. And please do consider subscribing and liking this video, because that really helps my channel as well. Please do keep up the energy exchange. All right, let's see what's coming up for November 2025 for our career messages for the collective. Seven of Wands, Ace of Swords, and Hermit. You might want to seek clarity about a certain situation about regarding your career. Okay, in the month of November, I see that you could be slightly frustrated with a few things that have been going on for a while. This is not only restricted to November. This could be happening in September, October, and finally in the month of November, you could feel a little bogged down and a little frustrated after going through this situation for a while. So by the time November comes, you probably feel a little agitated, a little frustrated, a little defensive, and like you want to assert yourself, you want to decide something. Okay? You will decide to go in your own shell, and you will probably decide to introspect about your career, about what to do next, how to do it next. Okay, some of you could be contemplating changing your job, quitting your job, starting a new job, or some of you want some kind of a change in your situation. Maybe you want to quit a job and start a business. Some of you could be going through office politics, which actually is the cause of this frustration, and you just want to clear out your mind. You want to take a few days off. Maybe some of you might just take a leave from work, clear out your mind, think about the situation, maybe go out for a while and clear your head about all the confusion, all the frustration that's being built up in your mind. You want to make some serious changes, and you will be taking some action, or you will be planning something for the future, or specifically about your career, because you know that whatever you had to do in this career, in this existing job, you have already learned, you have already experienced that. Whatever growth, what was supposed to happen or what you were expecting, you have already met all those milestones, and you feel that it is time to move on to something better, something bigger. So the frustration or the uneasiness, the restlessness that is going on could be because you now know that it's time to level up. You know it is time to move on to something better, and you will start planning. You will start working towards this. Some of you might want to start your own business, some of you might want to take up a new job, or maybe just do some freelance activities. So you will be slightly confused, and you will decide to take this time off in November to think carefully and to plan accordingly, maybe study a few things, do some sort of research, some sort of homework regarding whatever you plan to do next. Some of you have been thinking of starting your own business, and you have just been thinking about it for a while. But in November, you will actually start working on that plan. You will actually start doing stuff and learning stuff and finding out more, whether it's something about legal compliances, whether it's something to do with investment or how to go about starting the business. So you will basically be quiet, you will be introspecting, you will be planning, and you will be in that mode of just quietly working on your future plans. Let's see what is in store regarding finances for November. All right, your finances or your financial situation is also going to change suddenly. I think the same situation we had in the month of October is going to be carried forward in November. Okay, so it's a continuation pretty much of the same energy from the previous month, where suddenly you could be receiving some amount of money, or maybe inheritance from a family member, or this could be some money which was supposed to come to you in the form of some investments or something that you had done earlier, which is going to ease your financial situation to a great extent. So for some people this might happen in October, and the same energy is being carried forward to November. So for others this could happen in November. Okay, so like I said, it's a collective reading. Do not stay fixated on the timeline, because for some people this might happen earlier, for some people it could happen later. It is going to change a lot of things for you. It is going to suddenly bring a world of difference to your financial situation, where you will start feeling confident. Anything that you wanted to do which you could not do because of lack of funds, suddenly you will have the confidence and the excitement to do all those things. whether it is for your business, whether it's a project, whether it's a family outing, or any major purchase, any luxurious item that you wanted to buy. You were quite restless and anxious about your finances earlier, and this sudden movement, this sudden communication, or the news, or the information about this money coming in is going to ease that tension. You will start feeling very confident. The only message I'm getting from spirit here is that do not let this confidence turn into overconfidence. Okay, do not be in this position where you start spending recklessly just because you're going to get money or you have received money. Be careful. Do not let the confidence turn into overconfidence, is what spirit is saying. Okay, we are going to now take messages for love, romance, and any other personal messages. We have the Two of Cups, Nine of Swords, Knight of Swords, and Seven of Wands. In your love life, I think you're going to feel a little unsure and unsettled about a certain person that you are dealing with. Okay, this could be your partner, this could be somebody that you are just casually talking to these days, dating, or you might start dating them at a later time. And you might feel like this connection is unhealthy or this person is toxic. You might feel like they are with you just to have a good time. Maybe they have a lot of passion and a lot of sexual energy and they are really attracted to you. But you feel like this connection is probably turning a little toxic. It's probably turning into a connection which is just friends with benefits, or just that, this person is using you for the sake of physical pleasure. Or there could be other toxicity involved, like narcissism, gaslighting. There could be love bombing and breadcrumbing and all those things. What is the outcome? Seven of Swords and Justice. All right, sorry, I have a little bit of irritation in my throat, which is also kind of making sense with the Seven of Swords card, because there is something that this person is not speaking about, not telling you, not being clear, or there is something that you want to clarify with this person and you're not getting the clarity. Some of you could be expressing your feelings and you're not getting any response from the other person. You are asking questions, you are asking for some kind of accountability, and you're not getting anything. This person could be dealing with a blocked throat chakra, or maybe they just have communication issues. Maybe they are not ready to open up to you about something going on in their life, and you feel that they are going to be unfair to you in the future, or they are already being unfair. Now, this is the energy I'm picking up for November. So, for some people, this may not have happened at all, and you have no idea that is going to happen. Okay, so don't get paranoid. I'm just trying to prepare you mentally for this thing that may happen in the month of November or around that time. Okay, don't assume the worst and don't be fixated about this thought that this is going to happen for sure. Okay, just keep it in mind. You can save this video, and if at a later time you feel that this is resonating somewhere, you can always come back and watch this video again. It's a timeless reading. You can come and watch it again and confirm at that time what the reading was saying about this person. Okay, so what I do see is that you are going to put this connection on hold. In the month of November, you will decide to put this connection on hold, and you will decide to probably take it easy, not jump into any kind of commitment, because you're not really sure where this is going. You're not sure about what this person's intentions are, what they plan to do next. You don't really have any idea whether they really want to be in a serious relationship with you or not. So, for the time being, for the month of November, I see that you might want to take things slow and steady with this person and just go with the flow and figure out where this is going. Okay. For singles, let's see what is coming up for singles in the month of November. For those who have just joined in, I am doing a reading for September to December, and this is a general collective reading, it's not a personal reading. You can go back and check the entire reading once I finish the live. I will be posting it. All right. For singles, I think you're going to take a leap of faith and you're going to decide to fulfill a goal that you had once planned in your life. Now, this goal is specifically a romantic goal, okay? So, some of you had actually thought or imagined a particular partner, and you were probably a little disappointed in the past that you had not met somebody like this. In the month of November, I see the singles actively looking for somebody who can match that particular image that they have. Now, I'm not saying that this connection will turn into a committed relationship. It may be a short term relationship also for some of you. Either way, I think you're going to take a leap of faith and give somebody a chance because they do fit into that category of the person that you had in your mind. Whether it was physical characteristics, personality, a certain aspect about that personality, or maybe a certain type of person that you had in mind. You know, we all have a certain image in our mind about an attractive person or a nice person or somebody who fits into that particular image. I think you're going to finally take that leap of faith in November and give this person a chance. Okay, whether it turns into a strong, stable relationship, I don't know at this point, but you will explore that opportunity. Let's move on to December. So let's see what is happening in December for the collective, December 2025 for the collective. Give me some general messages for career, please. Oh, we have Star, Empress, and we have Strength. Beautiful. I think we will be ending this year on a beautiful, powerful note. Okay, in December 2025, I see your career going absolutely great. There is going to be a lot of healing, positivity, optimism. There is going to be a lot of hope for something new. Some of you could be starting something new, maybe a new job, a new business, a new hobby, a new course, probably if you want to learn something. I see that there was a little bit of confusion in the past regarding what exactly to do about your career, whether you should take up that job, whether you should start that business, or you should start a side hustle. You will finally gather the strength to make all these things possible. What you once felt was not really happening or you were not sure. In the month of December, I see you actually going ahead and doing all those things for real. Okay, so it's no longer going to be a daydream or just a wish. You are actually going to get rid of all the problems, all the negativity, the confusion, and you are going to connect with your inner self and make this happen. Okay, it's going to give you immense satisfaction. It's going to get rid of all the disappointment and the negativity, and it's going to bring back a spark of creativity, passion. You're going to be fearless. You're going to be fearless in the month of December, and you're going to go after what you truly want. A little bit of a risk taking energy, a little bit of a passionate energy, and a lot of strength is what we have in December for your career messages. So, a job or a business which you once felt you were not capable of handling, or you were not able to do it properly, or maybe you had self doubt, This time around, I see that you will be absolutely fearless and you'll be like, bring it on. I'm ready to face this. I'm ready to do whatever it takes to level up. And just when I say this, the Emperor card pops out. It's literally taking accountability, taking responsibility of your own career, your own choices. If you want to be the emperor, you have to think like the emperor. You have to take decisions. You have to be strong. You have to be determined. And you have to show the strength and the willpower. Only then you can actually be the emperor, right? If you possess all those characteristics. So, in your career, you are going to have that emperor or the empress energy, and it's a beautiful energy. In fact, the last month of this year seems to be really positive, really exciting for the collective. Financial messages now for December 2025. Let's get some financial messages for December 2025. Let me take a sip of water. All right. You will end some sort of unnecessary expenditure and you will reduce a lot of burden. In the month of December, I see that some sort of unwanted, unnecessary expenses that you have been taking care of. Okay, this could be some kind of responsibility. Maybe you're paying some money on behalf of someone, or you're taking on additional responsibility of a family member, something. Okay, or some kind of expenses which are not really necessary, you will decide to just cut them out. You will decide what is really important, what is really necessary, and everything else you will just reduce your burden. You will let it go, you will end it. And that is going to give you a lot of breathing space in terms of your finances, because suddenly you will feel like a huge burden has been taken off your shoulders. You will feel a sense of relief and you will feel a sense of freedom, like, okay, finally, this burden is off my chest, and oh, I can breathe again. I have some money left in my account at the end of the month. It's not a tight situation like before. I can finally relax. I can let my guard down because now I have some money in my account. I do not have to pay extra money for all these expenses that were hurting me. So I do see that you're getting rid of some habits. Now, for some people, this could be a toxic habit, okay? This is probably going to resonate with just a few people, but some of you have some kind of unhealthy habits when it comes to finances. Either you spend too much, you spend recklessly, you do not really care how much you're spending, or some people could be addicted to online shopping. Some people could be addicted to a lot of substances like smoking, drinking, any other substances, or this could be gambling, betting, lottery tickets or things like that. For some people, this is also about just scrolling things and adding it to the cart and just shopping in the middle of the night because it makes you feel nice. Addiction could be any type of addiction, okay? And it doesn't always have to be like an extremely serious addiction, but yes, it is getting problematic, okay? So in the month of December, I see that finally you will acknowledge the need to change this habit. Finally, you will let go of this habit, this burden that I was talking about. You will cut down on the unnecessary expenses. You will cut down on the things that were draining you financially. And that is going to give you a sense of freedom. And like I said, you're going to literally heave a sigh of relief. Like, who finally, I don't have to carry this financial burden anymore. So, overall, a very, very good reading. We are going to go towards the end of our live now with love messages for the collective for December. Let's get some love and romance messages for December 2025. and then we are going to wrap up today's live session. All right, love and personal messages for December. All right. I see some of you letting go of your past, or letting go of an idea of somebody that you were holding on to. And there is new love coming in for some of you. Okay, so those who are single, those who have been single for a while, there is new love coming in. Maybe you were too set in your ways and you were expecting a certain kind of partner in the past, and those kind of people never really worked out in terms of a long term committed relationship. For some people, I see that you may have walked out of a marriage and you have been single, or you have been lonely and quite sad about your love life, is what I see. Finally, in the month of December, I see you opening up to the possibility of someone new in your life. This person is going to give you a lot of anxiety. But let me tell you that it is not this person who's giving you anxiety. It is your own fear. It is your own mindset that is creating this anxiety about this person in your mind. Okay? This person is actually truly fond of you, but you could be in this phase where you might self sabotage this relationship because of your anxiety and fear. You don't want to give this person a chance. I'm getting strong Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy here, especially Cancer, and I'm also getting Aries, very strong. There could be somebody who's very charismatic, who's very passionate, who's also very expressive in terms of emotions, but you yourself are so overwhelmed and you want to just focus on your life because you feel like, you're going to go down that path where you're going to get hurt again, and I don't want to get hurt. I don't want to be heartbroken again, so let me not just get into this. And you might keep pushing this person away because of your own anxiety, and you might complain that, oh, this person makes me anxious and I don't know what their intentions are. I don't know why they're doing this. Why are they pursuing me? This person is just being themselves. They are not doing anything to create anxiety. It is your own fear, your block, that is creating this anxiety. And you might end up pushing this person away because of the anxiety and overthinking that you have created in your mind. So try not to do that. If you really genuinely want to fall in love again and give relationships another chance, please control your anxiety and resist the urge to push people away. People are genuinely trying to give you love and attention, and you are self sabotaging connections around you. And then you wonder why you are lonely, why are you not in a relationship, why are you always single? Because there is something that you have to introspect about your own toxic patterns. Nobody is perfect. The day you realize that you could be doing something wrong is when you will finally be able to point out where exactly you need to change your behavior. So you have this tendency of self sabotaging relationships and connections where you need to work on that. Okay, there is a possibility of someone walking in your life, and it is totally up to you whether you want to give this person a chance or you want to sabotage this connection again. Now, for those who are already in a relationship, let's see what is happening. Okay, you're going to have some kind of a breakthrough, some kind of clear communication and clarity, and you're going to speak your truth with your partner. Okay, if things have been at a standstill, if things have been at a point of ending, or you are not in contact with your person right now, maybe you are feeling like, this connection is ending, there is going to be a revival, there is going to be an option to save this connection. I see you introspecting. I see you working on your own thoughts and feelings about this person and giving this person another chance. I do see a strong possibility of a reconciliation, and for some people, there is a possibility of marriage. So, if your connection was at a point where you were talking about marriage, you were thinking about marriage, and suddenly something happened where you were not sure about each other anymore, I see that you will have an open, honest communication with each other. You will have some sort of clarity with each other, and that is when you will sort out all these differences and head towards marriage. Okay, there is a possibility of you actually having this happily after, ever after. Some of you actually could be getting married or at least engaged in the month of December this year, okay, 2025. So there is definitely a possibility of an engagement or marriage for some of you in December. If you are already married, if you are already in a steady, stable relationship, some of you are going to take the leap of faith and probably think of starting a family, or maybe having a second child or something like that. Oh, yes. Like literally, I just said it, and the Empress card appears. The Empress is a sign of fertility, it's a sign of creativity, reproduction, it's a sign of starting something new. The Empress is a very, very motherly energy, Taurus sign here. We have Gemini with the lovers. We again have Fool, Aries here. We have Hierophant, which is again Taurus. And we have Scorpio. So, you could be starting a family. Okay, now if you do not wish to have a child, if you do not wish to get pregnant, of course you need to be careful, because this is very fertile energy that I see here in the month of December, right? So by new beginnings, I mean engagement, marriage, starting a family, starting a business. Maybe for some of you this is reunion, reconciliation with a person. So basically just forward movement, growth, prosperity. And as we come towards the end of this year, it's almost going to be like a rebirth. Okay, we also have the death card here, which is the sign of a rebirth. So there is going to be a huge transformation. All the things that have actually gone wrong, or are already going wrong, or will be going wrong in the next couple of weeks or months, I see that by the end of this year, around December, things will again start falling back in place, and things will again start becoming smooth and steady and start looking much positive than these few months in between. So if the last few months, or these few weeks, or these few months of September, October, November have not been the greatest for you, I see that you're going to end this year on a great note. At least things will fall in place, things will get all right, and everything will feel like, it is back to where it belongs, and it is back in place. It's nice and smooth and happy again, and you will be ending this year on a very happy note and starting the next year again on a very positive note with a lot of happiness and prosperity. So that brings us to the end of this reading, September to December. I hope it resonated in some way. I hope it gave you some clarity. It also prepared you for all the challenges that may come up in the next few months. And the point here is not to scare you, or you know it's not like I want to put in some kind of instill some fear, or I don't want you to get paranoid. Please, please do not take everything so personally about the readings, right? Even if there are challenges, we can still figure out a way around those challenges. So don't get scared, just take this as a guidance message so that you're better prepared to face the challenges that may come up. All right. So, on that note, I am going to end today's live reading. Do like the video, do subscribe if you haven't already. I will see you again soon for another live session, and I will also be posting regular videos and shorts on my YouTube channel. If you would like to book a personal session, my WhatsApp number is in the description of my channel. If you would like to leave a small tip or a donation towards the channel, my GPay number is also the same as my WhatsApp number. And my PayPal link is also mentioned in case you're watching from outside India. You can use PayPal for that. And yes, my Instagram link is also in the description if you would like to follow me on Instagram for daily readings. So, with that, I wish you well and take care, all of you. I hope to see you again soon. And love and light to all. Bye bye for now.